Good evening, and welcome to the meeting of the Zebulon Board of Commissioners. This meeting is now called to order. Commissioner, if you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Adams, yes, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do we have a motion for consideration from the board? Approval of the agenda?
I would like to pull new business C, the East Wake asphalt plant, from the agenda and move it to the April Board of Commissioners meeting. And then I would like to make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Take the floor, please.
If I may, Commissioner.
Yes.
I think the better way to do that, I was looking at 160D before, and it would be to open the evidentiary hearing and then continue it to the April regular meeting. That's referred to in the statute, and so let's approach it that way, if that's okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I guess at that point, I should say, for any members of the public that are here, you probably just learned that that asphalt plant special use hearing will be moved to April. We'll just do that once the hearing is opened here in a little while.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, well then I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda.
Yes, I would also like to add a closed session to the meeting to discuss personal matters.
Okay.
It's
So new
personnel.
business. I'm sorry?
Personnel matters.
All right. New business. I'll go for the new business D. No, closed session, I go, yes.
Yeah, more comments, right? They're doing it deep.
Is there anything else that need to be added to the agenda?
I'll second the motion for the agenda as amended.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. Public comment. We will now open the public comment period. Each person we call forward will have 3 minutes to speak, and you cannot speak on public hearing items. First person is Ms. Honeybeth Wigg.
Good evening. My name is Honey Wiggs. Good evening, commissioners and guests tonight. I am here on behalf of Chick-fil-A in Wendell Falls, and I just wanted to let you know that we are looking forward to serving the Zebulon community as well. As of today, we have joined the Zebulon Chamber of Commerce. We thank John Saffold for hosting us today and becoming a part of the Zebulon Chamber. And as Wendell Falls location opens, hopefully the first week in April. We hope to see many of you out there and look forward to serving you and being of service and value in this community as well. I am the Marketing and Events Director for Chick-fil-A, and it's going to be an honor to do some things here in town. Thank you.
John Saffold from the Zebulon Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Commissioners. Hope y'all are doing well tonight. I'm going to be wearing 2 hats tonight, Rotary Club and the Zebulon Chamber. So I'll speak Zebulon Chamber first. We have a ribbon cutting this Wednesday at 11 a.m. at the General Store downtown. That will be for Elise LaRue Essentials, and thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, for helping officiate that. We also have the annual Chamber Gala. We've been sending out save the date notifications that will be in the evening on March 27th. So I'll be pushing out that invitation formally to you all and to the community. Everyone's invited to the ribbon cutting as well as the gala. That formal invitation will be sent out into the community this coming week. And now, putting on my Rotary hat, Rotary Club of Zebulon is working with the Northeast Wake Backpack Buddies. We're going to be doing collections at the following places. These are drop-off locations: the Creative Cup, downtown Zebulon; Functional Fitness, downtown Zebulon; Universal Chevrolet of Zebulon; Ship on Site on Gannon; and the State Employee Credit Union on Arundel. And we're looking for cereal, fruit cups, oatmeal, mac and cheese, anything that is boxed and non-perishable. So you can watch for those flyers around town. Would appreciate everyone's support of that. That goes to support about 90 students in Zebulon that are food insecure. And they receive these packs from us on a weekly basis during the school year. Thank you so much.
Mr. Clerk, has anyone sent in a statement to be read?
Mayor Pro Tem, we have not received any public comment emails.
Thank you. School recognition. Tonight we recognize a student and teacher from East Wake Magnet High School. I would like to invite Ms. Corcoran and Ms. Rahig to join me at the large podium to my right. You join me, Ms. Rahig.
So we are excited this evening to have Ms. Marissa Corcoran with us. Ms. Corcoran is an outstanding teacher who goes the extra mile for her students. In addition to this honor, she was recently named the History Teacher of the Year by the Committee for the Sons of the American Revolution. Ms. Corcoran was seated as the chapter-level award recipient in the state competition for the Dr. Tom and Betty Lawrence Teacher of the Year Award. She will receive formal recognition at a meeting of the Halifax Resolve chapter in March, and she now advances to the state-level competition as the next step. She also serves as a volleyball coach for East Wake High School. Thank you. For our student, we have Ms. Rahig Ali. Rahig has excelled in her academic pursuits, having a GPA of a 4.615. Wow. Yeah. I don't know if I need to say anything else after that. Her dedication to academic excellence is further evidenced by her consistent placement on the Principal's Award. Additionally, she has taken 3 Project Lead the Way engineering classes, earning dual enrollment credits, which showcase her passion for STEM subjects and her readiness for collegiate-level coursework. Beyond her academic accomplishments, Rahig has demonstrated exemplary leadership and initiative through her role as the director of the nonprofit organization Stellar Wonders, which focuses on youth empowerment and community engagement. She is also the director of Med Teen Talk, a nonprofit dedicated to promoting teen wellness, peer education, advocacy. I'm not finished. Her work in this organization reflects her dedication to supporting her peers and addressing important health issues within her community. In her role as chapter parliamentarian-elect for the Health Occupation Student of America, she has further demonstrated her leadership abilities and commitment to health-related careers. Additionally, her involvement in the National Society of Black Engineers pre-college initiative has allowed her to explore STEM pathways through valuable mentorship and shadowing opportunities with engineering professionals. She is a well-rounded individual, participating in various extracurricular activities. I don't know how you have more time, including Art Club, Pass It Forward, Student Council, and the Peace Club. her recognition through the CTE Award for Industry and Trade, and her selection as a nominee for the CTE Symposium further underscore her excellence in career and technical education studies. Please give her a big applause.
Consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Presentation now, Town of Zebulon Mobile Application Update. Manager of Defense, please present your information.
It's just a video. So our mobile app is launched now, and you all can download it via the, thank you, thanks, that's a very expensive camera, via the app or Google Play Store. Look up video.
Say hello to the Town of Zebulon app. It's your one-stop hub for local updates, highlighted news, events, and more. The news feed makes it easy to keep up with important community announcements and what's happening around town. Keep track of upcoming events, add them to your calendar, or share with friends. Access official documents, contact info, and other local resources. You can see all new alerts and posts in the notification center, but don't forget to enable push notifications so you never miss an update. Download the Town of Zebulon app today, now available through the web or in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
We get a bonus presentation, everyone.
Yes. If you haven't watched it yet, please be sure to go and watch Zebulon Now, which actually features some of the downtown business owners. So that's also on our YouTube page. Any questions?
No, but I'd like to thank you
You're
for
welcome.
getting this put together. It's been something that
Y'all
I know
wanted.
I've had on my heart for 6 years now, so seeing it come to fruition is absolutely amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Jessica, go ahead. Her sentiments as well. It's been a long time coming. Appreciate it. It's finally said it come to be. Thanks a lot for your hard
Thank
work.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Old business, social district. Ms. Lauer.
Members of the board. The board had asked me to just provide an update on where we are on the social district creation process. We're moving forward in creating a social district proposal for the board. Social districts are adopted by ordinance, and so that's a process that we go through. We've had a community meeting already about social districts. We got some feedback. We're preparing materials for our planning department to go door to door and make sure that each downtown business is contacted directly. And then when this process is complete, through coordination with both the manager's office and with the board members, we'll prepare a ordinance for potential adoption and present that in a public hearing setting. We must do this and then prepare an ordinance to file with the county and the ABC Commission as part of the social district process. So I said 6 weeks ago that this is probably a 6-month process, and I think we're on time with that.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. town manager also, the high priority of the board is that we ensure that. We want to give you the opportunity. Thank you. Next as well will be mobile food vendors.
Sure. So we received some direction from the board, last board meeting, to look at an alternative to the recommendation for mobile food trucks. Discuss this with the manager's office. And what staff's recommendation is to take the recommendation from the board, or the ask from the board regarding a third option, and discuss that in conjunction with a couple other small ordinance updates to form the basis for a future downtown master plan.
Okay. Any questions for the board?
You stated the options, but can you go over that one more time just to make sure we all?
Sure. So a memo was sent to the board, I believe late last week, that outlines, make sure this is the right memo, that outlines what we understood the ask was to be for a third option, which would be, is there a mechanism where we could grandfather in the existing permits while moving having a new way to permit food trucks just on Horton Street, is how we understood it. We should discuss what this would entail, how to make this happen at a work session. And I think by talking about it in conjunction with a series of other small ordinance updates downtown, it forms a platform, basically, where then we can have a downtown master planning process with some pieces already in place and operating.
Commissioner Baxter, any questions?
Good.
Commissioner Adams? Commissioner Roy? All right, sounds good. Thank you. This Community Park, Gill Street Park, Phase 1 design contract. Director Long, please present your information.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the board. Thank you for having me here this evening. A couple weeks ago, we had a groundbreaking at Little River Park, and Mayor Pro Tem and I had a conversation before that started about how far the town has come in recent years when it comes to moving forward with these park projects. And if you recall, the momentum took a lot more for the town to get moving and our wheels to get spinning really good. A couple years ago when we first adopted the Little River Park plan, it took about 2 years to get to this point where we were able to go out for designs for us to make sure financially things were lined up, and we had a plan that we could move forward with and get to a place where we could go to construction. And we have worked incredibly hard to make your visions come true. We've talked about Gill Street Park and how to make improvements there for several years, and we've also talked about how we can better utilize and better serve the community, have a flagship park. And we worked with the community and with y'all to get a park plan for both Gill Street Park and Community Park adopted in November. And we've been able to very quickly, which we shared with you at that meeting, to move forward with trying to go into the design phase. So we'll do an overview really quickly of Community Park. So the park specific plan, as I said, was adopted in November of 2025. Phase 1 estimated cost was almost $6.5 million, and that included design and construction. At that November meeting, you allocated $4.4 million. Part of that, most of that is for community park implementation. Some of that was also recognizing that we'll have to do some work on a baseball, softball complex. There's also, congratulations, and for those in the audience that might not be aware, we, at the same time, we're applying for a Wake County Hospitality Tax Fund grant, and we have been awarded $2.159 million. And we do have a 3-year deadline to complete that project. And we're excited to be a part of that Hospitality Tax Fund initiative, and it'll be the first time that the town of Zebulon has ever received that funding source. We are also working towards being able to apply for the fall LWCF application process with eligibility of up to $500,000 that us being in a design process makes our project more competitive for anything like PARTF or LWCF because there is that time window where you have to complete the project. Gill Street Park's park-specific plan was adopted in November of 2025. Phase 1 estimated cost was $2.3 million, and that includes design and construction. You allocated to a capital project fund in April 2025, $785,000 that would work towards site planning, design, and getting started with your construction process. We are working on a spring PARTF application with consideration by the board in April. We are eligible of up to $500,000. And again, being in a design process makes our project more competitive. The RFQ process for designs is a required process, and it was released on November 17th of 2025. We moved very quickly from the adoption of your park plan. We advertised with 2 newspapers, the town website, and direct notification. We had responses due December 15th, 2025. We did have a review committee for the evaluation of the request for qualifications that we received. We wanted to make sure that it was a very fair and unbiased process. We did some research and we worked with Wake County to understand the forced choice criteria ranking system that can be applied to requests for qualifications. We formed a committee, which I'll speak on in just a moment, but that committee first met on December 12th. Of 2025, so it met before we ever saw any of the proposals and reviewed them as a committee to set the criteria and the ranking of the weight of each piece. And then the submissions were received by the committee. They had from December 16th to January 5th to review them. And then the committee met to review the submissions and apply scoring on January 6th. We then moved forward to the interview process where the top 4 scoring proposals were invited in to talk to us about their proposal, as well as to answer some questions that we might have for them, and that was held on January 22nd. So we've done a lot since you adopted the park plans, and we are excited for the next step. Our review committee, we wanted to make sure that it represented people or roles that would be involved in the design process. So we made sure that there was representation from the planning department as well as public works. And then myself and the park superintendent, Nick Rummage, was also on that committee. And then we brought in our colleague with Archer's Lodge, that's the Parks and Recreation Director there, to also be a part of this to give us an outside perspective of these reviews as well. Upon completion of the forced choice matrix and interviews, the review committee unanimously recommended AECom Services of North Carolina Incorporated to complete designs for Zebulon Community Park and Gill Street Park. The recommendation of most qualified was based on the following: their overall approach to the project, reference projects, community engagement opportunities, and the proposed project schedule. Your park plans estimated that the total cost would be a little over $1.1 million. The quoted cost comes just under $1 million, with the total value of savings being $145,000. We have asked to consider going ahead. If you recall, we talked about how the phasing worked with these park plans, and you can move pieces up if you want to. We did ask what it would cost to go ahead and incorporate the designs of the basketball courts now with this process. I think that'll be important. And they shared with us that the estimated cost of that design for the basketball courts would be about $60,000. We would need to return with a general fund allocation if you want to move forward with that piece. There is a sample motion, but I am available to answer any questions you might have about this recommendation.
Are there any comments or questions from the board?
Yes.
Commissioner Baxter?
So just the design portion of Gill Street Park basketball courts is $60,000, or that's design and implementation?
That's for community park.
Oh, and that's just for design?
That is for design, for them to be, the master plan calls for them to be relocated.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes, Ms. Long, can any of these be used, make sure I'm understanding, by the park impact fees for the cost of this?
So you've already, the design, I'm not asking for any additional money tonight.
Okay.
There's already funds allocated in the Gill Street Park Capital Project Fund. So you'll be able to utilize those funds. And then there's funds already allocated to Community Park that, yes, some of those are rec impact fees. In the future, the total cost of that project will also be offset by the $2.159 million that we got from Wake County.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
Brewer?
How much is it going to cost to build the basketball courts?
We'll have a better idea when you go through the design process of exactly what that would cost. With the relocation, we estimated it could potentially be $400,000, but I couldn't speak to exactly what it's going to cost because it might depend on the groundwork that's involved. It could be a lot less. There could be some cost-saving opportunity, but we won't know exactly until we do that design process.
And you would come back to the board for that?
Absolutely.
$400,000? Okay.
Yes.
No question.
Commissioner Adams, any questions? All right, thank you. Thank you. Is there a motion for consideration?
I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 2026-18 to authorize the manager to execute the park design contract with AECom Services of North Carolina, Inc.
Floor, is there a second?
Do we need some further discussion? Other questions?
Is there further discussion?
No, I will actually second that motion.
Have a second. Roll vote. Commissioner Roy?
Favor.
Commissioner Baxter?
Favor.
Commissioner Adams?
Favor.
Commissioner Davis?
Favor.
The motion passes.
Thank you.
We're good? Next up, Ms. Crooms, please come forward, present your information. Spring nonprofit grant update.
Tim and Commissioners, very happy to provide an update on the nonprofit grant program for the current spring cycle. The town received 18 complete applications for this cycle. The largest portion is applications focused on youth and education initiatives, followed by food insecurity and basic needs, another 18% for family stabilization and reentry programming. And the smallest portion is for community enrichment activities. The application process is followed by the adopted policy. Staff conducted initial eligibility screenings. Applications were then reviewed through a blind scoring process with identifying information redacted prior to committee review. Committee members scored independently before meeting to deliberate and finalize funding recommendations. And the final recommendation was approved unanimously by the review committee. Oops, back up. One last point is the board is not bound by the recommendations from the grant review committee, and you retain full authority to determine final awards by motion and vote. The review committee consisted of 3 members this cycle. Each commissioner mayor selected one appointee. Thank you. Sorry, I'm very soft-spoken. I'll start over. The committee consisted of 3 members for this cycle. Each commissioner and the mayor selected one appointee. Unfortunately, only 3 individuals were able to participate in this cycle. Members could not be applicants or hold leadership roles in any applying organizations. Town of Zebulon staff served as a non-voting contact to ensure procedural compliance. This structure was designed to ensure fairness, neutrality, and adherence to policy. Fiscal update, the original allocation for the spring cycle was $20,000. This is structured as two $5,000 awards and two $5,000 awards and five $2,000 awards. After reconciling the grant line item, the confirmed available balance is $27,000. There was some prior discussion for an additional $16,000. However, the staff confirmed that $27,000 is the accurate remaining balance. Prior to any execution of the grants, the Town of Zebulon staff conducts a compliance review of all requested expenses on the applications. Any expense that does not comply with the adopted grant policy will be identified and removed prior to agreement execution. The policy prohibits funding for personnel costs, employee benefits, maintenance, repair, and research. Funds may only be used for approved programmatic expenses as outlined in the application. Final awards are determined by board by motion and vote. Questions, we do have several applicants in the audience that are very eager to speak. So I'm here to answer any questions if you have any.
I want to understand, there were only 3 recommendations by the board, is that correct?
In the past, the review committee board has been a total of 6 members. We only had 3 participants this time for, a few were not able to serve at the last moment, so we only had 3 participants to serve on the grant review committee.
Thank you. So your presentation will take place now, is that correct?
Videos, we also have a list for the ones who did not submit a video, and they're here to present as well.
We'll do the videos first and then the presentation.
Empowered citizens.
Hello, Mayor, Commissioners, and community members. I am Dr. Wendy Watson, the Executive Director and founder of Empowered Citizens. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share our proposal for the 2026 Nonprofit Funding Initiative. Our organization provides youth-focused programs in the Zebulon area, including mental health support, prevention education, life skills development, and family engagement. We work closely with schools, community groups, and local partners to ensure that youth and families have access to the resources they need to succeed. As Zebulon grows, youth and families need clearer, more accessible pathways to employment and post-secondary options. Many young people are unaware of local job opportunities, and families often need help navigating financial aid and college planning. These gaps can affect long-term academic and economic stability. Bringing employers, colleges, and families together in one central location helps bridge these barriers and strengthens community connectedness. The proposed projects includes 2 major youth events. First, a community youth job fair that will connect youth ages 14 to 21 with local employers while providing resume tools, interview tips, and bilingual resources. Second, a community youth college fair featuring colleges, universities, trade programs, FAFSA assistance, and future-ready skills stations, offering study strategies, mental health resources, and life skills guidance. Both events will include food, giveaways, and youth incentives to attract participation and bring families into the downtown area, supporting the town's goals for a vibrant and walkable community. We expect to engage 200 to 300 youth and families and more than 20 employers and educational partners. Outcomes include increased awareness of job and college opportunities, stronger workforce connections, and greater community engagement. We are requesting $5,000 to support event supplies, bilingual materials, youth incentives, and food for participants. This investment will create measurable benefits for young people and contribute to the town's strategic vision for community growth and connectedness. Thank you again for your time and consideration.
Bridging the gap with adoption.
Hello, my name is Melissa Godwin. My husband Calvin and I are the founders of Bridging the Gap with Adoption. We've been in existence since 2016, and our mission and purpose is to bridge together adoptees, siblings that have been separated. And in 2025, just last year, we implemented foster kinship. This is where the foster parent and the child are related. We host various fundraisers to support our mission throughout the year, such as kickball tournaments, tea parties, social dancing for the kids, We also do community service, such as food bank. We volunteer at the food bank. The children have a time, and the adults have a time that we go and help out. We feed the homeless. We go visit the orphanage where we get to see the children. The children get to see what it's like to be in an orphanage. And we just do different activities throughout so that we can help the kids bond with each other and get to know each other through communication and visitation. And if awarded this grant, we would like, I forgot to tell you, I am an advocate for Wake County Garden and Lighting. So I have in the kids' best interest, so I think. And we offer a tutoring service also, and I took it upon myself as leader to help those that need transportation to and from school. If we are granted this award, I would like to use it as an offset of the cost of what we do. We take the kids on various trips and outings, which is educational and fun. This year our goal is to go to Atlanta, Georgia, and visit some historical sites, Coca-Cola plant, various activities there. And that's it. Hello, my name is Melissa Godwin. My husband.
Shiloh Temple Tabernacle Prayer Deliverance Church Incorporated.
Greetings in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. My name is Lionel Phillips, the senior pastor of Shiloh Temple Tabernacle Prayer Deliverance Church Incorporated, a nonprofit organization that serves the community. I just want to share things about how we serve the community. As a nonprofit organization, we offer extracurricular program, tutorial, GED assistance, computer training, food bank, toys for tots, back to school assistance. We also offer classes on mental health and awareness, financial seminars, budgeting classes, and we network with several pastors during our back to school event. This is where we service 75% of Wake County, 6.43% of Johnson County, 10% of Nash County, and 7.86% of Wake and Franklin counties during the back to school event. During this event, we have all types of games, martial arts, faith, bingo, connect four, bouncies, with slides, tug of war, dunking booth, basketball hoops. and it goes on. Been doing it since 2000, I want to say 2009. And the location of this property was 118 West Oak Street, where we had the electric power turned on, and we used generators as well. You know, we had a large party tent. We had cotton candy and slush machines, inflatables. And there, doing the giveaway of the book bags as well, we had different presenters. We had mental health awareness, diabetes, HIV, high blood pressure screenings, also cancer awareness, home health care, and also life insurance. And I'm glad to say that we have really touched a lot of people's hearts here in Zebulon, Wake County, and the surrounding counties to help empower our people to live a better life.
Creative Minds Micro School, excuse me.
Hi, my name is Dr. Lisa Swenson. I am the CEO and founder of Creative Minds Micro School. We include the entire community in helping our students to become what they would like to become. We nurture minds by making sure they have time outside. We make sure that they have time to collaborate, and also they have time for individualized learning. All of this we do because we have conversations with the children, and we make sure that we include what they like and what they want to learn into our curriculum. We are student-centered once again, because we really do care about what the students want to learn about. It makes them more excited. They run through the door with artifacts from home, wanting to incorporate that in our learning. And guess what? We do. We collaborate in our learning, so we do individualized learning, but we also make sure that the children collaborate so that they can learn from one another. Creative Minds Micro School is excited to submit this grant proposal. Throughout the school year, we have a successful program in which we provide real-world experiences for our students. Not only do we bring guest speakers into our school, but we also take our students out in the community. We would like to extend these opportunities to residents of Zebulon and surrounding areas through a summer camp. The goal is to remove barriers so students can learn beyond the classroom. Many students miss out on enrichment opportunities due to cost and transportation. This project ensures equitable access to hands-on literacy and STEAM learning during the summer. What we would like to do is provide weekly full-day camps that will serve 10 to 15 students. We would like to maintain small group sizes. The ages will be from 8 to 14, and the themes will rotate weekly. We also would like to take them on field trips across Zebulon and nearby Wake County. The learning is going to happen in public community places. Each week is going to end with student presentations or showcases that invite families and community members to engage. This project supports Zebulon Vision 2030 through family-centered learning, growing smart by investing in youth education and access, and vibrant downtown by activating community spaces. Creative Minds Micro School is requesting a $5,000 investment. This will cover transportation and vehicle operating costs, including gas, admission and program fees to the various locations that we'll be visiting, learning materials and supplies for the weekly camps, and public showcase materials.
Seed Community Foundation.
My name is Jean-Pierre Bradwell. My family and friends call me Jum Jum. I'm originally from the Bronx, New York, Bronx was a housing project. Growing up in the Bronx, we were playing sports.
I'm sorry. May I ask whose organization this?
Gentleman standing at the door. I think it is.
May I ask the name of your organization? I'm sorry. Paradigm Sports Academy. I apologize.
That's what I'm doing, give them opportunity.
Year-round, whatever the season was. We played basketball when it was basketball season, we played football when it was football season. We played baseball when it was baseball season. Baseball was my first love. Sports kept us active. It kept us healthy. It kept us out of trouble as well. We never really devoted our time and energy to one sport. I created this program called Paradigm Sports Academy to bridge the gap, the same gap that I almost fell into. I saw a lot of these students coming back home because they wasn't able to adhere to the structure that this college program has for a student athlete. It's not totally out there. It's something that you learn on the fly, but if you don't have these intangible skills before you get there, it's easier for you to fall through the cracks. The understanding and learning on how a student athlete has to balance their time, their social time, their academics, and still be able to train and be a top athlete. Having a clear understanding of the structure and self-discipline that is necessary, I created a program that had a structured balance between the social time, the personal time, training, academics, and finance. The target audience for the program is basically 5th grade to 12th grade. I mean, we like to start as early as elementary school to start instilling these ideas and this structure into the student athlete life. We can instill these ideas into the student athlete to get them prepared to transition to post-secondary school. It was designed exactly for individuals like myself. I learned to become a man. If we had the structure or knew the structure ahead of time, we'd have been able to balance our finances, balance our social life, the athletic world between the academic world. Paradigm Sports Academy embodies all of these elements. My name is
Boys and Girls Club. East Wake Optimist Club.
The East Wake Optimist Club is proud to be the local master when local certainly comes to fruition. A worldwide service organization dedicated to bringing out the best of kids. While we are part of a global network, our focus is right home, serving children and families throughout Zebulon and the East. We roll up our sleeves. On the first and third Tuesday of every month, our members prepare and serve nutritious meals to the kids. Studies conducted at the Zebulon Boys and Girls Club show that over 90% of the children who remain at the club after 5 p.m. will not receive another meal until they return to school the next day. That statistic represents real children in our community. These meals ensure kids have nourishment beyond what they receive at school. And just as importantly, they remind them that their community cares about them. Following the meal on the first Tuesday, we hold our monthly Optimist meeting to reflect, plan, and focus on how we can continue strengthening our support for local youth. What began just 3 years ago as one meal per month has grown into 2 meals per month, along with consistent snack distribution. While the support of this grant, we are working toward increasing service to at least 1 meal per week throughout the month and expanding our impact even further. But this initiative is about more than just food. In addition to addressing food insecurity, we support educational and recreational opportunities from mentoring initiatives to enrichment outings that build confidence, teamwork, and exposure to new experiences many of our youth might not otherwise have. Grant funds will directly support food purchases, preparation and supplies, and volunteer-led service efforts. Funds also help offset admission fees and program materials that create safe and reaching opportunities for the children we serve. We measure our impact through meals served, children reached, volunteer engagement hours, and participation in youth programs. Every meal served builds connection, consistency, and hope. But we cannot do this alone. We respectfully ask for your partnership and investment in this mission. Your support will help ensure that no child in Zebulon goes to bed hungry, and that every child we serve is encouraged, supported, and empowered to thrive. Together, we can make sure feeding young minds and hearts is not just a goal, but a reality in our community. Here in Zebulon, one of the most meaningful ways we live out that mission is through our partnership with the Zebulon Boys and Girls Club. Here in Zebulon, we don't just provide funding. We roll up our sleeves, and on the first and third Tuesday of every month, our members and volunteers prepare and serve nutritious meals to the kids at the Zebulon Boys and Girls Club. Studies conducted at the Zebulon Boys and Girls Club show that over 90% of the children who remain at the club after 5 p.m. will not receive another meal until they return to school the next day. That statistic represents real children in our community who are in need. These meals ensure kids have nourishment beyond what they receive at school. And just as important, they remind them that their community cares about them. Following the meal on the first Tuesday, we hold our monthly Optimist Club meeting to reflect, plan, and focus on how we can continue strengthening our support for local youth. What began just 3 years ago as 1 meal per month has grown into 2 meals per month, along with consistent snack distribution. With the support of this grant, in addition to proceeds from donations and our various fundraisers throughout the year, we are working towards increasing service to at least 4 times per month and expanding our impact even further. Food is more than just food. In addition to addressing food insecurity, we support educational and recreational opportunities, from mentoring initiatives to enrichment outings that build confidence, teamwork, and exposure to new experiences, many of which our youth might not have otherwise. Grant funds will directly support food purchases, preparation supplies, volunteer-led service efforts, and all of those funds will help offset admission fees and program materials that create safe, enriching opportunities for the children we serve. We measure our impact through meals served, children reached, volunteer engagement hours, and participation in youth programs. Every meal served builds connection, consistency, and hope. But we cannot do this alone. We respectfully ask for your partnership and investment in that mission. Your support will help ensure that many children in Zebulon do not go to bed hungry, and that every child we serve is encouraged, supported, and empowered to thrive. Together, we can make sure feeding young minds and hearts is not just a goal, but a reality in our community. Thank you for your consideration, and let's work together.
Also have some guests that did not submit a video, but they're here to speak, if we can move forward with that. Okay, and I'll call your name. You can please come up. You'll have 3 minutes to speak. Starting with Ms. Lisa Swinson. Okay, BTGWA. Oh, are you?
She was in the video.
So did you submit the video with your? Okay, I'm
She's
sorry.
with Creative Minds. She's with Creative Minds, correct? Okay, thank you.
Okay, I apologize. Okay. I apologize. Is there anyone here, well, are they allowed to speak since I did not have their video?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, please, please.
I'm sorry. Lisa? Lisa? Okay, would you like to speak? Show it. I'm sorry.
No, we did see it. We saw that one.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do you have those that did not submit a video that were?
Yeah.
In the video too, they're still were afforded the opportunity to speak.
Yes, I would like that, please, as community engagement. If they would like to speak, they
Yes.
still can have a 2-minute speech if they would like to, just since they're here tonight. Be greatly appreciated.
Okay.
We're fine. If they don't have to
Right.
speak, but the desire to enhance, I'm fine with that. Here, that's time for- She don't have to. Right there, that's fine.
To the board and Mayor Pro Tem. My name is Dr. Lisa Swinson, and as you saw my video earlier, I am the CEO and founder of Creative Minds Micro School. I just wanted to stand before you. You saw the information that was submitted, but I wanted to provide some additional information that after submitting this application, I did begin to walk around to the different businesses and talk to various people in Zebulon, and we've already got a lot of interest from people who want to help us in our endeavors with the summer camp. Again, we wanted to shadow what we do in our school throughout the school year. I became really excited about this after we took our students on a field trip to Zebulon. We walked Zebulon and we went to the various businesses and had a chance to do that. And I thought, let's just make this a summer camp and give students opportunity to learn and not have that summer, that opportunity where there's no learning or engagement occurring. So today I just stand before you and I thank you for this opportunity today to be able to give a little information about Creative Minds and also to expand this opportunity not just for the students at our school, because it's going to be open to everyone, especially the Zebulon community. Thank you again.
Thank you.
One for BTGWA. I didn't get a name of the email.
Over here, please.
Presentation will be a little better than that video was. As you saw, I'm here for Bridging the Gap with Adoption. I'm just going to jump right in and tell you why. The primary focus of this grant is to help with our annual road trip, which we aim to transport siblings and their forever families to Atlanta, Georgia, for a theme weekend dedicated to conversation, innovation, and community engagement. We will visit the Martin Luther King Museum, the aquarium, and the Centennial Olympic Park. So the amount for this 2-day excursion is $4,102. We asked for $5,000 if we was granted the grant. It includes hotel fees, the transportation, parking, gas, food, and the cost of the aquarium. And this initiative will strengthen connections among siblings by embracing cultural diversity and authentic learning. We anticipate that This trip will inspire children to become better versions of themselves regardless of the circumstances they face. We're dedicated to creating meaningful experiences that foster connection and empower families. I leave you with this thought, motto of ours is, children don't ask to be here, they're a gift from God. And I thank you for the opportunity to speak and rectify that video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, I have Kelly Breest.
Good evening. I'm actually Kate Peterson. I'm here with my colleagues, Kelly Breest and Erica Burgess, and we're representing Foster Family Alliance of North Carolina. We also, you will hear us call it FFA. We've been around for 50 years, and our mission is to educate, advocate, support, and promote partnerships that lead to positive outcomes for children, youth, and resource families. And when we talk about resource families, we're referring to foster, adoptive, and kinship families. It's complicated raising these children. It's not always clear where to turn for assistance or if you're even asking the right kinds of questions. And that's one of the reasons why we exist. And we're here to listen, educate, and provide guidance to families. We believe that by taking care of caregivers, they will take better care of the children. So some of the facts in North Carolina and locally. We're a lived experience run organization with 80% of our staff having been resource parents, and the rest of us have been a supporting cast. Myself, I was a social worker type. In North Carolina, there will be upwards of 11,000 youth in DSS custody, and at the same time, we have a net loss of 800 licensed foster homes per year. Wake County Department of Social Services itself has dropped from 94 licensed homes to 72 since in the past 7 years. Our data showed 23 licensed foster homes with Zebulon addresses. Unfortunately, we don't know the number of adoptive or kinship families that live here because we don't have that data in North Carolina. So likely this could be 3 times more. FFA began an initiative to provide additional resources for these families with the goal of retention and stability of the children in the homes, and we learned 3 things had positive impact. 1, providing therapy for the caregivers. That helps them deal with their own emotions. 2, peer coaching, veteran parents coaching others. And 3, providing tangible supports for caregivers so that their cup can get filled up, so that they can actually continue giving and not experience that burnout. So we are currently providing those items here. We want to work with local businesses to purchase goods and services for self-support, and we want to provide training, and that's what our proposal is, $4,500 and $500 in that breakdown. And so in closing, we want to thank you for the opportunity to apply and to present to you this evening. We sincerely hope that through a partnership here, we can help stabilize and get healthier families and healthier kids. Maybe a lot of them will have a 4.615 GPA. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Reginald Farmer.
I'm automated. 1 minute. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and board members. It is our pleasure to present the SEED Community Foundation. My husband's here, the founder and visionary of SEED. SEED stands for Support, S, E, Educate, E, Empower, and D, Develop. He had a vision, and it started in Washington, D.C. over 3 years ago, that we would really bring resources to underserved communities. But then we migrated to North Carolina, and it's been a joy. And here, we are impacting the community through environmental sustainability efforts. Those efforts include missions in Raleigh, Durham, and here in Zebulon. In Zebulon, I serve on the Board of Commissioners for, I'm sorry, no I don't. In Zebulon, I serve on the Board of for the Chamber of Commerce and the Garden Club. Our last name is Farmer, therefore we have a real love for gardening and all things. Our proposed project for Zebulon is to unite seniors and youth, and it's called the Senior Sprout and Little Buds program. We envision this to be a 6-month program that'll essentially bring integrated love of gardening and farming and all things environmental sustainability. What that looks like are 3 W's. There's workshops, there's workspaces, and there is workforce development, right? And so what we'd like to propose here and what we've stated in our grant is essentially that $5,000 would support the initial education for both seniors and youth to have a love for farming and agriculture that we hope will ultimately result in a large community effort that's fun and gets us all ready for what we hope to be a community garden. What I'll also say is that we have already secured more than 10 civic organizations and businesses to support us. Many are here, and I'd love them to stand now. We have the Steel Magnolias Garden Club. We have Chick-fil-A of Wendell that's coming. We have the Women's Club. We have the Rotary Club. We have the school, the Boys and Girls Club, where we're currently doing the garden club at the Boys and Girls. We also have a lot of in downtown residents, which is the photography, Anthony Photography, that will capture memories. So we are ready on day 1 to blow you away. We are farmers. Da, 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 da. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
No.
Thank you for the opportunity for us to speak with you today. My name is Christy O'Neill. I represent the Zebulon Bearcats. We're a nonprofit youth football and cheer program that's committed to empowering young people in our community through teamwork, discipline, leadership, and academic excellence. Across the country, organizations like Pop Warner, Little Scholars have shown that structured youth sports can shape confident, resilient, and goal-oriented young people. At the professional level, the values promoted by the NFL emphasize character, respect, and community responsibility. We bring those same principles to our local program, not to create professional athletes, but to develop strong citizens and future leaders. We serve the youth ages 6 to 14, and many of them come from underserved neighborhoods where access to safe, structured extracurricular activities are limited. For our players, the football field is more than a space to practice. It's a safe haven, it's a classroom, it's a place where they feel seen, supported, and valued. Our program provides safe, supervised athletic training, academic accountability, mentorship, leadership development, and positive role models. We also emphasize community service by teaching our athletes that giving back is just as important as being on the field. However, the rising costs present real challenges with equipment, field rentals, insurance, transportation, and proper safety training that require all funding. Many of our families cannot afford registration fees, and we refuse to turn a child away because of financial hardship. Today, we are seeking grant funding to allow us to purchase certified safety equipment and uniforms, provide scholarships for low-income families, cover facility expenses, and expand our tutoring support. Also ensure our coaches receive proper certification and safety training. An investment in youth sports is an investment in academic success, crime prevention, and community stability. And young people involved in structured programs are more likely to graduate and less likely to engage in risky behavior. But beyond the data are the real stories. The shy 10-year-old who finds confidence as a team captain, the foster child that's been bounced from family to family who has finally found their home and their friends and their family when they're on the field, the student who improves academically because maintaining grades is required to play, because we foster student athletes. And it's the teenager who learns that discipline on the field also becomes discipline in life. Your support will not simply fund a football season, it will fund mentorship, safety, structure, and opportunity. We're not just building athletes, we're building leaders, we're building futures. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lindsay Doer.
Thank you again for the opportunity to share a glimpse into what happens every day at the Zebulon Boys and Girls Club. Out of school time is some of the most important time in a young person's day. When school ends, we're just getting started, providing a safe place, caring mentors, and meaningful opportunities for youth to learn and grow. Everything we do centers around our 4 core program areas: academic success, character and leadership, healthy lifestyles, workforce readiness. We are equipping young people in Zebulon with the tools they need for today and for their future. For many of our families, Boys and Girls Clubs is more than a program. It's peace of mind. It's knowing their child is somewhere safe, supported, and building confidence during the hours that matter most, all while charging $7.50 for the annual membership fee. We are proud to serve this community, and we're grateful for the town of Zebulon's commitment to investing in local youth. Thank you for considering this partnership and helping us build strong futures right here in Zebulon. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mary Gordon, and I'm here representing the American Legion James Rogers Post 363. And my idea and our proposal is for a military appreciation ball here in Zebulon. So what better time to acknowledge our country's 250th anniversary and the military and the branches of service, military branches that helped to make that independence possible. Since 1919, the American Legion has been dedicated to honoring veterans and supporting their communities. With Zebulon's growing veteran community and its growing population, our post decided that this would be a great opportunity to do something to bridge those 2 communities together. So just as Zebulon has cherished annual traditions, such as the Christmas parades and things like that, hosting a formal military appreciation ball would be adapted to unite the 2 communities together and help civilians see our veterans more than just camouflage and tactical gear, but to see them as humans, as your neighbors, your co-workers, and your friends. This event is not going to be exclusive to any particular military branch. It's going to be an all-inclusive event, all branches, all veterans, and all citizens that are 18 and older. Our vision for this ball is rested on 3 pillars. One is shared community and camaraderie, where civilians can have a meal, can share a meal and learn from one another and promote an understanding of military history and military tradition and service. Also, it will be a way to honor our military and see the faces, like I said, that are behind the uniform. And so this is not just an evening for dinner and dancing, but actually an opportunity for civilians and veterans to come together and learn more about one another. So in closing, one more thing. It will have an economic impact on our community, because for a high-profile event like a military ball, you have to get prepared. So that means you'll be taking the photographers, venues, caterers. So it will impact our community in that way, and also our local businesses. So in closing, I would just like to say that Post 363 is committed to making this a very successful and annual event. And we're asking for your support to support our project and our vision so that we can create a more connected Zebulon and establish a legacy of gratitude. Thank you.
Oops.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for this opportunity. Larnell Phillips, on behalf of Shiloh Temple Tabernacle Prayer Deliverance Church Incorporated. For over 20 years, we served the south side of Zebulon as well as Zebulon as a whole with community outreach. Every year we would have a giveaway with book bags for youth, bouncy house, giveaways. We networked with several businesses in the area, free giveaways, seminars, and then empowerment sessions where we enlighten the people on what we offer as far as mental health awareness, tutorial, so many things that just can't come to my mind right now from the video, but we really thank you for the opportunity to present what we do, and thank you in advance, because we know it's growing. We've been, like I said, over 20 years, and seeing the children, the parents, the multicultural come out and celebrate, get book bags, and be empowered on educational things and budgeting, and a lot of good things come out of this. And thank you again for the opportunity and the time.
All right, thank you, sir.
Night.
Thank you.
Warren Flowers.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Good afternoon.
the board members. My name is Attorney Warren Flowers, and I am the founder and president of Mission Forward Foundation. Mission Forward Foundation is a North Carolina-based 501c3 dedicated to supporting veterans and their families through housing stabilization, educational scholarships, and direct community assistance. Our mission is simple. The men and women who serve this country should not struggle to remain stable in the communities they protected. We are currently in our fund building phase with a fundraising gala scheduled for April 11th to generate additional resources. The grant we are requesting tonight will allow us to begin direct veteran assistance in a structured and sustainable way. If awarded, these funds will be designated exclusively for eligible veterans and families residing within town limits. The funds will be used strictly for direct stabilization, primarily eviction prevention, rental or mortgage assistance, and essential utilities. Funds will be paid directly to landlords or service providers to ensure accountability. While federal programs do exist, there are often delays or short-term gaps. Timely local intervention can prevent temporary hardship from becoming long-term instability. When a veteran is stabilized, a family is stabilized. When a family is stabilized, the community remains strong. We are committed to transparency, responsible stewardship, and measurable impact. We respectfully ask for your consideration and your support. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Shannon White.
Good evening. My name is Shannon White. I'm the Executive Director for East Wake Education Foundation. Thank you for the opportunity to share about our organization and the impact we're making in Zebulon. For more than 30 years, EWEF has provided free, high-quality, early learning education and parent engagement programs for underserved families. Our mission is to provide young children and their families in Eastern Wake County access to quality preschool and a network of education and developmental resources. Our primary program is our Family and Child Enrichment Services, also known as FACES. This is serving children birth to 5. But what makes our FACES program even more unique is that parents or caregivers stay on site and actively participate in programming. The family-centered model strengthens parenting confidence, builds interactive skills, and helps caregivers better understand developmental milestones. We are a Kaleidoscope Play and Learn affiliate, which is an evidence-based, parent-involved education model. KP&L strengthens early learning, healthy development, and school readiness while giving us additional tools to measure outcomes for both children and parents. We are especially grateful for our partnership here in Zebulon, which started in 2022, out of funding from the Wake County Commissioners that allowed us to expand our program to include 2 satellite locations. And that one satellite location that we have here in Zebulon is at the community center and meets on Wednesdays and Thursdays. By partnering with the town of Zebulon and the Park and Rec Department, we are able to bring free preschool programming directly into the heart of the community, offering programming within town limits, removes transportation barriers, which is a challenge for our families. It creates connections among families and strengthens small town community life. Beyond daily programming, we intentionally connect families to local resources in Zebulon. We've partnered with your library, we've had in police and fire department to our program, and we've participated in events like Candy Cane Lane, Popsicles in the Park. Our model naturally builds relationships, not just between the parent and the child, but between families and the broader community. We would like to thank the town of Zebulon for their partnership and support, and we look forward to continuing our relationship with you in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Crystal Nines.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem Miles, members of the Board of Commissioners, and everyone present tonight. My name is Crystal Nines, and I'm here representing the Eastwake Optimist Club, a volunteer-driven organization committed to bringing out the best in kids throughout Zebulon and the Eastwake community. As a local charter of Optimists International, we believe that when we invest in children, we strengthen our entire community. Our grant request supports a simple but critical project, providing consistent, nutritious meals and snacks for youth at the Zebulon Boys and Girls Club and other local programs. Funding will help us purchase food and supplies so our volunteers can continue preparing and serving meals in a safe, welcoming environment where kids feel seen, supported, and cared for. But this project goes beyond food. When a child knows they will eat, they focus on homework. When they feel welcome, they participate. When they feel valued, they grow. In addition to nutrition, this program helps support educational and recreational outings, giving kids experiences they might not otherwise have. These opportunities build confidence, teamwork, and hope for the future. We are not only feeding children, we are feeding potential. The impact is immediate and long-term, reducing hunger after school, improving engagements in programs, and strengthening mentorship relationships. Our volunteers are ready. The need is already here. The funding simply will allow us to serve consistently and reach more children without interruption. We respectfully ask for your support so that no child in our community has to choose between learning and hunger. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jane Wolf.
Thank y'all for allowing me to be here tonight. I'm Jane Wolf, and I'm the Executive Director of Revive Her Ministries. And why we exist is that there's a lot of tragedy and trauma, and as you well know, it's on the rise in our community. And the hopelessness that follows does not discriminate. Whether our experience is numbed by worldly comfort or darkened by the adversity of addiction or incarceration, our troubles are if our troubles are somewhere in between, we're all in need of healing and transformation. So how do we do this? How do we bring healing and transformation to our community? We opened a year ago a transformation house. Yes, that's what it's called, a transformation house that works with women who are coming out of incarceration or who are coming out of rehab. It's called the Greenhouse. So if you will allow me, I'm going to share a little bit about what a greenhouse does, and hopefully you can connect it to what we're doing with the women in our community. In botany, there's such a thing as transplant shock, and it happens when a plant is moved from one environment to the other without support, and it actually withers and dies. For a woman exiting incarceration or a 28-day detox, the shock of reentry is often fatal. Without specific high-intensity programming, she is expected to thrive in a social climate that is still frozen by her past choices. Survival is her only setting, and survival eventually runs out of steam. Revive Her Ministries isn't just a shelter, it's a programmatic greenhouse. We are seeking this grant specifically to fund a nutrient delivery system, if you will, that moves our residents from surviving to flourishing. Our programming is built on 3 essential pillars. Clinical fortitude. This is our trauma-informed counseling and addiction recovery curriculum. It provides the internal root strength needed to withstand the cravings and triggers in the outside world. The second pillar is economic vitality. This is our job readiness and life skills training. We don't just want our women to find a job, we want them to develop the skills to grow a career. And I have to brag just 1 second, as one of our residents recently had a job in Zebulon. We were very proud of her, but unfortunately at that job there were triggers, things that were not supposed to be on the work site that caused her to have cravings and want to start addiction again. So instead, she decided that she would come and she would tell us that she would like to quit her job, which she did. In the next 2 weeks, she was hired by Amazon in the warehouse. Amazon's salary is more than 3 times what she was making, and she gets insurance as of day 1 when she started. So this is a real success of going from just working a job to developing a career. The third pillar is social flourishing. This is mentorship and family reunification, and it's the cross-pollination phase where we learn to build healthy and abounding relationships after years of isolation. A greenhouse without climate control system is just a glass box. Similarly, a bed without a program is just a place to sleep. Our data shows that when women are engaged in active daily programming, recidivism drops and long-term sobriety surges. This grant will directly fund our programming, our curriculum materials, and our vocational coaches who get to be the gardeners in our greenhouse. It transforms our facility from a place of temporary safety into a factory of permanent change. Lastly, we are asking for $5,000 to specifically fuel these programs. Your investment isn't just buying stuff, it's buying time and expertise. It's ensuring that every woman who walks through our doors has an individualized growth plan that leads her towards a flourishing life. Help us provide the programming that turns a survivor into a thriver and therefore a success story. Thank you.
Thank you. Is anyone? Okay. Mayor Pro Tem, may we proceed?
Please. You have another gentleman right here as well, Ms. Crum. You have a gentleman right here.
Here you are.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity. Okay, so my name is Jean-Pierre Brightwell. I'm the founder of Paradigm Sports Academy. I'm a former student athlete, East Carolina University. So this program was created out of a necessity. After my tenure at East Carolina University, I attended or worked at the Boys and Girls Club, and I saw a lot of student athletes come in and come out, and they were great athletes, but they didn't understand that there was a system in play for you to be successful. And the balance between academics and athletics, and like I said earlier, finances, there's definitely a balance, and I almost fell through that crack as well. So I got tired of seeing kids come back home after 1 year or 2 years of being on, say, for example, a scholarship, and it's always the same routine or the same thing. The coach didn't like me, or I couldn't adhere or to a structured program. So I know what the program is. And so I implemented that, and this is part of the mission. The mission of Paradigm Sports Academy is to prime students for entrance into post-secondary institutions by providing a structured balance of academics, athletics, and the arts, developing the whole person while preparing students for entrance into universities and technical schools. And although I'm from the Bronx, I've been here for 35 years, and I consider myself a North Carolinian, and I'm here to help them and aid them into that transition. And the program that I'm working on is called Leadership Hoops. It's geared for assisting or training and developing and giving them academic support for girls, female athletes, which is a marginalized, underserved community. And I've combined Paradigm Sports Academy with the University of North Carolina and Shaw University to help aid and to mentor these female athletes. They come in, they help train, they help develop, and as well give them insight on the student-athlete lifestyle and how to balance it all out. And I've had a program in East Carolina, a partnership with East Carolina University. I've done this as well with Farmville Central in Pitt County, and I want to bring it to Wake County as well, because I see that there's also a necessity, and the same pitfalls and traps are still here. And it's all about education and knowledge, and that's what Paradigm Sports Academy is about.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Commissioners and Mayor Pro Tem. I'm Mary Beth Carpenter with Preservation Zebulon. We also applied for a grant this year. Preservation Zebulon's mission is to advocate for the preservation of historic structures and memories of Zebulon and its ETJ for the enrichment and education of residents and businesses. We have several large events that we sponsor each year. Every other year we do a historic homes tour in the new historic district. We do that on odd years. We also have history walks in the spring and the fall. We're having one coming up right before Springfest on April 25. We're having 3 walking tours that day through the downtown area. We're the folks who were pushing behind the historic district that we were able to secure in 2022. We give advice on tax credits for individuals who have homes contributing to the historic district or standalone homes that might qualify. And we also do presentations on area history. Our big event that we're asking for funding for is our oral history project, where we collect memories from community elders trying to flesh out the entire history of this area of the pre-1970 memories. We take these oral histories and we make a film out of them that we present every fall at our Zebulation event. We're also digitizing photos, trying to make those available to the community through our Facebook page and through our newsletter. And we're obtaining local anecdotes through the films and on paper. We have archived a lot of these information, and we're planning to make that open to the community at a very close future date. We do partner with a few other local organizations. We have partnered this last year with the Friends of Shepherd School Road for a display here. We have partnered with the Friends of Wakelawn. We continue to partner with Little River Historical Society, where we do talks, and with the Historic Rollsville Society, with Wake County Historic Society, and with Wendell Historical Society. The whole community is welcome by us, but we do have an emphasis on seniors. We do have a very large senior population in town. So we also have a graveyard program where we are trying to make sure that all the local graveyards that we learn about are documented with the State Department of Archaeology. With all the building going on in the area, we want to make sure that those are all documented and somewhat protected. And we answer up to 30 historic queries a year from locals from all around. All of this is volunteer. Our grant, we are asking for money again for the Zebulon project that we have in the fall, where we provide films on our community life from community elders. We have captured 15 interviews on tape, and our films are about 25 minutes long, and we present awards to those who are preserving history and preservation in the area. We do promote small town life and grow smart through economic development, and we thank you for your consideration of our grant.
Thank you.
One more.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Good evening,
Good evening. Good evening.
Mayor Pro Tem, to the board. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak on behalf of Progressive Teamworks Outreach. This nonprofit organization and food pantry was originated over 22 years ago by one of the major laborers and icons of Zebulon. This food pantry is open every Thursday and the third Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. We are located at 1300 McTodd Road. We have a drive-through service which provides a huge convenience for each of the families. Our pantry's goal is to provide food for needy families. Our motto is that no man, no woman, no boy, no girl in this town, in this city, in this county, in this state, no one, absolutely no one, spend a day without food. Food insecurity is a real and serious matter. Recent statistics reflect that 1 in 5 children and 1 in 7 adults face food insecurity. Just among the members and people that are here tonight, just based on who's in this room, has been in this room tonight, that could be 11 people going home without food. Also, it could be 2 children that would go home with food insecurity issues. Food insecurity can hit anyone. It could be our neighbor, it could be the parents, it could even be someone that has a job, an 8-to-5 job. It could be any one of us. Our food pantry serves any and all that are in need of food. Our volume has increased from the inception of our program over 400%. Also, another service that our pantry provides is door-to-door food deliveries of lunch bags on Saturday to 4 low-income housing areas in Zebulon, including Primrose, the Maples, North Street, Vance Street, and Pony Road, all in the Zebulon area. We also support the Backpack Buddy program at one of the local schools. This school has a very high free and reduced lunch, so the need is great. We have other items that we provide. Also, we have items for the homeless families. As a partner agency for the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina, we have received 260,000 pounds of food, and we have serviced approximately 1,320 families and over 67 individuals monthly. As an olive branch and as support of the community, we provide many services. So I just want to share a couple things about our volunteers. Our volunteers are some of the local students from the Zebulon area. There are also some residents from our local area. We, Progressive Teamworks Outreach, are a bridge, a means for people to get from one point in their life to another. When it's time for them to push through the rough and tough waters and hurdles of life, our food pantry is a way to weather the storm. hold their heads up high and a way for them to continue to feed needy children and their families. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Do we have any more, Ms. Crooms?
Anybody else? Okay. That is all. I'd also like to ask for your direction on how you like to proceed with the Grant Review Committee's recommendations.
So you already have the to my understanding, you already have the recommendations of how you can distribute
Yes.
the funds. Is that what I'm saying? Is the discussion amongst the board?
Would we be able to get at least the list, names of all those that were presented this evening? Great.
And before, okay. Yes, sir.
We're not deciding on allocating the funds tonight, correct?
Correct. Yes, you don't have to.
Should be our work session.
Okay.
Okay. Before we move forward, I just want to thank you first of all for a great opportunity. I want the community to take a look at how many great nonprofits we have in the community. It's very important. We have, it's just amazing to me, the great organization that we have. So just to see this volume in the community, is in the audience tonight, is really moving. That we're going to work together and figure out how we can do this thing, that each person connects dot. Heard numerous things from gardening to veterans to you name it. We had everything represented tonight, mental health. Everything is important, so we're really going to figure out how we can do it together as a community. I thank each one of you for your participation tonight, knowing that we're going to work together and figure out how we create a community that everybody feels like they belong and happy to be here. With that said, the direction is you guys are wanting to, what?
I think we're supposed to proceed to have this discussion for our work session. Is that correct?
Do I need a motion with that to move the work session? Okay, so we'll move it to a work session.
Okay.
Thank you, Grim. Great job, Ms. Crooms. Thank you. And thank you guys for all your participation. We'll keep it because it's asphalt there. We'll keep moving. Okay.
I just know that.
Thank you guys again. Huh? Yeah, we'll give it an opportunity. We're good to go. What's that? No, you got these. Wait, this and did bring in a motion. Okay. You can go to shut the door, gentlemen, as well, please. Next order of business will be the East Wake asphalt plant. Sam, the floor is yours.
Thanks. I see the applicant's attorneys here. There was someone I spoke to who was a neighbor. Is that neighbor here? Okay. Okay, thanks. I've spoken to you all or your council earlier. I've spoken to the applicant's council, and I mentioned at the start that we would convene the hearing and continue it to the April regular meeting. Does anybody want to say anything about that right now before the board does that? All right, I see the applicant's attorney shaking their head. My mic not working? Oh, okay, all right. I'll repeat for the record, I just was inviting the applicant's counsel who I spoke with today and the neighbor who had reached out to the town also today, if they wanted to say anything before we convene the meeting and extend it, or rather continue it to the April regular meeting. And I see head shaking. So just a motion to continue the hearing to the April regular meeting from the board, please.
Is there a motion on the floor?
So we have no one that wants to speak at this time? Okay.
We're continuing it. So I understand there may be folks that want to speak, but it'll be, the opportunity to speak will be at the April regular meeting.
Thank you. So with that said, is there a motion on the floor?
I'll make a motion that we continue this to our April board meeting.
Do I have a second? Have a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Roll vote. Commissioner Baxter.
I'm in favor.
Commissioner Adams. Commissioner Davis.
Favor.
Commissioner Roy.
Favor.
Motion passes. Next order of business. I'd like to open up the floor to our current town attorney to come up and.
Aren't we supposed to have closed session now?
Before we'll do that first, and then we'll do that after.
So first?
Yeah.
Okay.
We added to 5D. We'll do that, and then
Okay, sounds good. Is there a motion to go in closed session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Motion passes. Before we go into closed session, there will be a 5-minute recess. At this moment, Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the board. First of all, I'd like to tell you what an honor it's been to serve as the town attorney for the past 17 years. Some of the members in the audience may not be aware that Sam and I submitted our notice of resignation 10 days or so ago, and that as part of that notice of resignation, we offered to assist the town for as long as they needed us to during the transition. And that is still the case. I love Zebulon. The people in this town have treated me like one of their own. It's been an incredible opportunity to be of service. And I can tell you there's no higher calling than being able to serve the public in this role. When I first stood before this board in 2009, the members of the board were Mayor Bob Matheny, Mayor Pro Tem Don Bumgarner, Councilman Curtis Strickland, Councilman Dale Beck, Councilman Beverly Clark, and Councilman Roy Collins. Among that group of 6 elected officials, they probably had 100 years of public service experience among them. And that was not lost on me. I learned a lot from the elected officials in this town, just like I learned a lot from the staff people. I can tell you that the staff at the town of Zebulon is as good as any of I've seen. And I've been doing this for 35 years as a town attorney in many jurisdictions. And you will not find better than the dedicated staff people here. I'm extremely confident that your new town manager, Katie Crosby, will lead the town to greater heights than you have seen. When I started in 2009, the population of the town was about 4,000, and my guess is now it's closer to 15,000. That type of growth is just going to extrapolate out further and further. So as great an honor as it's been, it's probably time for somebody new. A great attorney told me one time, Eric, I've seen more summers behind me than I have in front of me, and that's certainly my case. I'm ready to cut back. And before I do, though, I'd always taken it as a serious commitment to train your successor. I always thought that that was important because you didn't know when I was going to go down. And to that end, Sam has been a wonderful apprentice and has come into being a great town attorney on his own. So Sam, let me turn it over to you.
Less to say. I'll express my gratitude to the board, and I'll especially express my gratitude to Eric. So when I got into this municipal work, I kind of backfilled another younger lawyer who had helped Eric over the years. He's now on the Court of Appeals, and he was here for several years. I love getting out from behind the desk. You know, as a lawyer, you sit and type and write and get into court when you can. But coming in and being with the folks in the town and coming with this regularity and getting to know the staff and the managers, it's a wonderful role. I greatly enjoyed it. I told Eric sort of tongue-in-cheek that I haven't been to a meeting when I have not gotten a text about something terrible that's happened at home while I've been at the meeting. So I also am busy in other areas of my career, and so in talking to Eric, it just felt appropriate that that this be kind of a joint transition out of serving in this role. I've certainly enjoyed it and enjoyed knowing and helping all of you all. And as Eric said, and we've said to staff, we're not going anywhere. We're used to having multiple clients, and we're glad to continue to help Zebulon however the commissioners or the staff may need. So I guess gone but not goodbye, and we're grateful for our time and opportunity to serve, and we'll continue to however we can. So thanks.
On behalf of the board, thank you both for your years of service. It means a lot for the town of Zebulon. And as we transition, I just want to say thank you guys again. It means a lot for everything that you've done for us, and look forward to continuing working with us, along with our town manager, getting what we need to move Zebulon to the next phase. Thank you guys a lot. Thank you both. Next order of business.
We gotta make a motion.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we go for it.
I'd like to make a motion that we hire Dan Hartzog as our new interim town manager.
Have a motion on the floor. Is there?
Town attorney.
Town attorney.
Sorry, interim town attorney. There you go.
Have a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Roll vote.
Nope, I'm sorry, point of order, please. There needs to be some discussion.
Let's have a discussion. Thank you.
I'm tremendously uncomfortable with the process that Mayor Pro Tem Miles and members of this board have chosen, and I'm very concerned with how they are directing the future of our town. They have made decisions prior to open meeting, board discussion as confirmed by Mayor Pro Tem Miles. I am going to continue to engage with the North Carolina Justice Department regarding open meeting violations that this board continues to make. I feel that this process has been sheathed in secrecy, dishonesty, and subterfuge. I think it's tremendously concerning that there are two members of this board, our two newest members, that work in outward-facing customer service type roles where they are directly working with consumers, and they aren't worried about what their reputation looks like. I reached out to Dan Hartzog this afternoon, trying to get some clarification surrounding when he had been contacted by Mayor Pro Tem Miles and Commissioner Roa. I was told that that was on Friday. I have emails that suggest that that is not the truth, that it actually was on Thursday, if not beforehand. So I already have some issues with my trust of our potential interim town attorney. I urge this board to step up and to behave like you should behave and follow North Carolina general statutes, to not violate open meeting law, and to be transparent, because you have not been.
Go ahead, please. Commissioner Rowe, go for it.
You know, if you want to talk about transparency, I got on this board 4 months ago. And in the 4 months that I've been on this board, asking questions about finances and looking at contracts, we've discovered that our finance department is fractured. We don't have a centralized way of maintaining records, according to our town manager. We lack a code of ethics, which is against general statutes. We don't have rules of procedures. We don't have a code of conduct for how to operate this town, this simple process here. And it's not like us two new members didn't ask for it when we first came on. You have no policies. Our town manager is having to go through the motions of putting together a policy Excel spreadsheet to let us know what we have, what we don't have, and an action plan to execute it. Same thing with finance. Having to go and get contracts manually and verify if they're accurate is not something that should have happened, okay? So I don't like the characterization that we're doing something wrong when we're trying to ensure that we can bring in a fresh set of eyes to the town to assist in the transition. These problems were here before I was here. All I'm trying to do is be proactive in fixing them. The town attorney served here for 16 years, and thank you for everything you've done. But in the matter that we currently find some of our departments, we need help and we need to fix them. That is the objective of Commissioner Miles reaching out to the League of Municipalities, who made the reference to Mr. Herzog. It's not like I went out and got him myself and knocked on his door. It's not like we all met with him prior. 2 of us can talk to him. 2 of you can talk to them. As long as 3 of them are not talking to him, that's not a violation. So there's no secrecy here. This was as transparent as can be. After the meeting, we walked into Manager Crosby's office, Commissioner Miles and I, and said, what do we do? Get us an attorney. That's what the Commissioner Miles did. Mayor Pro Tem, you know, he showed leadership in the situation. in getting this done, and the miscategorization that it's some sort of shady operation, I just can't get along with that. Him and I are on opposite spectrum of politics and parties, but in this situation, he stepped up to do what Zebulon needed. And
Our finance department is not fractured. We do have policies set in place, and we need to be relying on our newly hired town manager to conduct the business of the town. This is not something that the town attorney is not going to be walking in and fixing broken departments, especially if they're not broken.
Okay. With that said, let's move forward. Commissioner Adams? No. Commissioner Davis?
No, thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your kind words and all that you guys have done for the town of Zebulon. We look forward to you, Mr. Herzog. Appreciate everything.
I do apologize. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. When I was on the planning board, you guys was there and you helped me out. Made me feel comfortable from the beginning. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
I'd like to, city members of the entire board, thank you, Eric and Sam. Greatly appreciate it. And as we stated, we're now moving forward, and I'd just like to say, look forward to the future. And like, I thank you guys for assisting us going to that future. It means a lot. Like I said, I feel the need to kind of protect, but I'm not going to protect the justification of what is taking place by false accusations. Know that town of Zebulon, that what we're doing, we're moving forward for the greater good of all parties involved. This is what we feel collectively as a board. The majority of the board says this, feels this. And I thank my board members for working with me along this task. It has not been an easy, daunting task. We've been through some hours just trying to figure out how to move forward for the greater good of all people involved, citizens first and foremost. And there again, with that said, great work, Board of Commissioners. With that said, I move forward to, is there a motion?
Made the motion.
Made the motion. I have a motion and a second. Roll vote. Commissioner Baxter.
Nope.
Commissioner Adams.
Yes.
Commissioner Davis.
Favor.
Commissioner Rohr.
Favor.
The motion passes. Thank you. Thank you again. Next order of business will be manager report. Manager Crosby, please share your report.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I want to thank Sam and Eric for your help in that transition, and I look forward to working with you moving forward. This past couple of weeks have been a good first couple of weeks in terms of getting to know the team, and one of the things that I would say is that it's a very dedicated team and a team that works well together, so I'm looking forward to continuing partnering with them going forward. I did have an opportunity yesterday to go to the Eastern Wake African American Experience at our community center, where I actually learned a lot about Zebulon's history, so I appreciated having an opportunity to do that. And then I've also been doing facility tours, and I'll be spending some time with the police department on Friday doing ride-alongs, and we're also in the process of scheduling me to have ride-alongs with the fire department. Very excited that we have now put together two committees, our strategic planning committee, and so we have staff, and then also Commissioner Baxter has agreed to represent the board on that committee. As we select our new consultant for the strategic planning process, that is going to be a process that has a lot of community engagement as well as board and town staff engagement, so I'm looking forward to that process. And then the second is our policy audit committee. So we are in the process of reviewing all of our policies and updating. So the board will hear more information about that as we identify the first group of policies that we plan to update. So first 2 weeks have been great. I'm glad to be here, and I'm looking forward to continuing with Zebulon.
Thank you. Are there any questions or concerns for the town manager at this time frame? No. I just have one. Coming to put Commissioner Baxter on that board, how did we come to that conclusion? Whose decision was that made?
That was the mayor's decision.
Okay, thank you. At this moment now, we're moving to board comments. Commissioner Baxter.
Margaret Knight, who in the 1800s designed the modern shopping bag. later went on to defend her patent in court. Actress Hedy Lamarr was also the inventor of the precursor to what we now know as Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth. And then there's the U.S. women's hockey team. But the Epstein files are making rich folks too uncomfortable, and so now we're at war, bombing girls' schools. So I'm just gonna say this. Guys, if you're out there, we need allies. If you're ever given the choice or the chance to be Donald Trump, be Flava Flav instead. Happy Women's History Month.
Commissioner Adams?
No.
No comments? No. Commissioner Rowe?
Yeah, my comments are for Manager Crosby. I think you're doing a wonderful job. It's been a pleasure meeting with you. I want the public to know at the same time that we're going through this change, I feel that you're doing your absolute best to prioritize our issues and be so proactive in addressing them. I know from our first meeting, I didn't come in with an agenda, but you already had things ready to go and show, and that makes me feel like we're gonna be able to really, go in the right direction. So thank you for all the work that you're doing so far.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes, wow, March is here. March is upon us. I had an opportunity yesterday to sit back and reflect. I was completely exhausted yesterday, but I realized that February was so full of events. And I'm just proud to say that Zebulon continues to march forward with so many great organizations, as you saw tonight that came before us, so many great opportunities. I don't think we had a week that this board was not at 2 and 3, sometimes 4 events. It was constant, but that means that our town is growing, we're growing in the right direction. So I'm looking forward to March, more things to come. It is Women's History Month. We've had the opportunity, especially for Black History Month, we had the opportunity to read at some of our schools. I believe tomorrow we will be at East Wake Academy for their reading. Tomorrow is a big day. It is Election Day. If you have not had the opportunity to early vote, please, please make your voice heard and go out and vote tomorrow. No kids have school, so this gives us even more opportunity to make our voices heard. Again, I want to thank you to all the nonprofit organizations that came before us this evening. That shows how many citizens that we have that are really trying to make an impactful difference. They are going to make the decisions for this board extremely hard. I will say, in light of tonight's discussion, I am continuing to be honored to sit here and to serve with wonderful Board of Commissioners that make sure that they fight every day as hard as they can to do great by this town. We might not be perfect, but it is not an easy seat to sit in, so I'm grateful. Thank you, Katie, for coming in and being a part of this. This was not an easy move, an easy transition, but you have stepped up to the plate tremendously. It has been wonderful the past 2 weeks to know that I can look to my left, I can see you, I know I can pick up that phone or step in your office. The amount of knowledge that you have, sometimes is unbelievable. We had the opportunity to go to the town of Knightdale last week, and when I tell you so many people grabbed me and told me how lucky we are as a town of Zebulon, I was proud. I was really, really proud. So thank you for your continued work, and I'm excited to continue to look forward to working with you. Again, to Sam and Eric, thank you for your service, all that you have done. Whether I have been able to ask personal questions or just trying to get knowledge, I know that I've always been able to go to you guys and get the information that I need. Thank you for your service. Thank you for continuing to work with us in our transition. I look forward to working with you, Mr. Harzak. I truly appreciate it. And thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I think you did an awesome job today. This was really good. I know it's not easy to sit there, but you've done a great job, so thank you.
Humbly, thank you. Good. With that said, I'll close my closing statements. Go ahead, please.
I just wanted to acknowledge Chief Pocket being here. Thank you so much. We know that there has been a lot, but we just thank you for your continued service and marching through it all. Thank you.
I second that. I second that, exactly. First order, I failed earlier at the beginning of the meeting to tell why the mayor is absent. She's off taking some training that's going to come back and make her even better leader. A mandated course, she's the leadership course, She'll come back stronger, and I'm sure just ready to kind of like lead us, even Zebulon, in the future, even more, even greater than she's already doing. Next order of business, I have to give the sentiments to a town manager coming in. I know it's not trust, but we're doing a lot of different things, but coming in with that knowledge base, we feel comfortable enough to do those transitions, knowing that you got this helm and ready to take us Zebulon where it needs to go. It means a lot, as Commissioner Davis said, to look over to that left and know we have that knowledge base. I, too, was at that event, and everybody was like, you guys got to win, you guys got to win. How'd you get that? So we're excited about that. You know, amongst your peers, we know you are the creme de la creme, which is cool. We really like that. Then I have to send them in as well, see all the nonprofits to see the audience feel tonight. So many nonprofits that, I mean, I learned a few new ones out there. It's like, okay, we're at a lot of gardening, veterans, you name it, mental health. So we're covering all gamuts. And I did hear somebody say they pretty much lead our community garden, which was kind of cool. So that was good to hear that too as well. With the last thing, like I said, some of the transitions that we're doing now, I was in a meeting with Sheriff Rowe, myself, and Commissioner Adams this week, and he had said something that stuck with us, and kind of where Zebulon is at. He said, you're going to hurt before you heal. I'll say that again, you're going to hurt before you heal. And we're in that healing process with the town of Zebulon. We're doing just that. And as we continue to heal town of Zebulon, trust the process. We as a board, we're working together doing everything we can to ensure that Zebulon, as we transition to the next phase of Zebulon, that we're doing it by putting citizens first in all our decisions and making it the best where everybody feel like they belong and proud to call this place home. We're doing that on a daily basis. I can assure you that. I talk with these guys more than I do my own family now, literally trying to figure out how we're going to make Zebulon better together. I appreciate you all, and thank you.
Yeah.
With that said, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Meeting adjourned.